This is DD India. You're watching Express News, a program where we bring you top 100 news of the day. I'm Tanvi Taneja. Let's begin. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar is on a 3-day visit to Russia. On Wednesday, he interacted with prominent scholars and think tank representatives of Russia. They discussed India-Russia relations, contemporary world geopolitics, and India's viewpoint. The Russian embassy in India held a press briefing to discuss the current dynamics of Russia-India relations, marking significant anniversaries, including the 25th anniversary of their strategic partnership and the 78th anniversary of diplomatic relations. The discussion also touched stable and growing trade relations between India and Russia, highlighting that Russia is India's 4th largest trading partner. India has slammed Pakistan at the UNSC over forced religious conversions of thousands of vulnerable women and girls at the open debate on conflict-related sexual violence. In the ongoing monsoon session of Indian Parliament, Lok Sabha or the lower house passed the Promotion and Regulation of Online Gaming Bill 2025. The bill aims to promote and regulate the online gaming sector. Home Minister Amit Shah introduced 3 bills in the Lok Sabha today. The bills include the Constitution 130th Amendment Bill 2025, the Government of Union Territories Amendment Bill 2025 and the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganisation Amendment Bill 2025. The bills were further referred to a joint committee consisting of 21 members of Lok Sabha to be nominated by the Speaker, 10 members of Rajya Sabha to be nominated by the Deputy Chairman. In the Rajya Sabha, which is the upper house of Indian Parliament, the Indian Institute of Management Amendment Bill 2025 was passed. The bill aims to establish a new IIM in Guwahati, Assam. NDA candidate C.P. Radhakrishnan filed his nomination papers on Wednesday for the post of Vice President of India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi acted as the chief proposer. Senior Congress leader Shashi Tharoor on Tuesday once again dismissed Donald Trump's repeated claims, stating that it was India's successful strikes, not Trump, which led to the cessation of firing and military action with Pakistan in May. Prime Minister Narendra Modi paid tributes to former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi on his birth anniversary. At the age of 40, Rajiv Gandhi became the youngest Prime Minister in Indian history. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla and several other leaders paid floral tributes to Rajiv Gandhi in Parliament. Rajiv Gandhi served as India's Prime Minister from 1984 to 1989 till he was assassinated by LTTE terrorists. The 6th high-level meeting between the Indian Coast Guard and the Vietnamese Coast Guard took place in Hanoi under the 2015 MOU on Coast Guard cooperation. India's Ministry of Defence is set to launch its own strategic conference called the Ran Samvad, focused exclusively on warfare and defence cooperation. The theme of the inaugural Ran Samvad is Impact of Technology on Warfare. India's Minister of State for Science and Technology and Earth Sciences, Dr. Jitendra Singh, praised Chashoti bikers, a group of youth who immediately transported pilgrims from Chashoti to Mata Machail Shrine in Jammu and Kashmir's Kishtawar area. Chairman V. Narayanan said that Indian Space Research Organisation has been working on a rocket as high as a 40-story building to place 75,000 kilo satellite in low Earth orbit. He added that the project and the agency has projects like NAVIC, Navigation with India Constellation System, and the N1 rocket lined up. An Indian Air Force C-130J aircraft was launched at short notice from Leh to New Delhi to airlift a critically injured Thai national in response to an urgent request for medical evacuation. India's Chief of Army Staff General Upendra Dwivedi pledged to donate his organs after death. He appealed to the youth and armed forces to make the resolution of organ donation. Prasar Bharati CEO and President, Asia Pacific Institute for Broadcasting Development or AIBD, Gaurav addressed the 23rd Annual AIBD General Conference held in Phuket on Wednesday. The theme of the conference is Media for People, Peace and Prosperity. Addressing the conference, the Prasar Bharati CEO emphasized that media in Asia-Pacific remains trustworthy and relevant while continuing to uphold the cultural, educational and societal functions that lie at the heart of AIBD mission. On to business news now. Indian equity indices ended higher on fifth consecutive session on August 20th. The Sensex added 213 points to close at 81,858. The Nifty at the National Stock Exchange added 70 points to settle at 25,051. Gold futures maturing on October 3rd were priced at 99,176 rupees per 10 grams on the multi-commodity exchange. Silver futures for September 5th maturity stood at 111,843 rupees per kilo on the NCX. Indian rupee ended 11 paise lower at 87 rupees 7 paise against the US dollar on Wednesday. India's Employees Provident Fund Organization revealing a net addition of 21.89 lakh members, which is the highest recorded addition since payroll data tracking that began in April 2018. The combined index of India's 8 core industries increased by 2% in July this year compared to the same month of the previous year, according to data released by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry on Wednesday. Crude oil prices rose on Wednesday, so Brent crude stood at $66.46 a barrel. US crude gained 1.4% to $63.19 a barrel. Japan's tourism boom rolled on in July with record foreign arrivals despite typhoon-related flight disruptions and earthquake jitters. British inflation accelerated more than expected in July, reaching its highest level since the start of 2024. On to international news of the day. Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov on Wednesday said that attempts to resolve security issues relating to Ukraine without the participation of Moscow was a road to nowhere. Lavrov also said territorial changes are often an essential component of conflict resolution. A day after US President Donald Trump offered security assurances to help resolve the conflict, the US and its allies began discussions on the nature of potential military support for Ukraine. White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt confirmed that the US air support was an option and a possibility. Donald Trump stated that he would not deploy US ground troops to Ukraine, but said that the United States might provide air support as part of a deal to end the Ukraine conflict. The Russian army said on Wednesday that it had captured 3 villages in eastern Ukraine, claiming fresh territorial gains despite US-led peace efforts and a flurry of diplomacy to end the conflict. Pope Leo urged Catholics and other religious faithfuls to observe a day of fasting and prayers on Friday for peace in Ukraine and other war-torn countries. Hamas has accepted the US-backed ceasefire plan brokered by Egypt and Qatar to end the West Asia conflict. Meanwhile, Israel has reiterated its demand for the release of 50 hostages still held in Gaza. White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt said that the development came after Trump posted a very strong statement about this conflict on Truth's social platform. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz has approved the military's plan to conquer Gaza City and authorized the call-up of around 60,000 reservists. Indonesian Foreign Minister Sugiarno met with his German counterpart Johan Wadipul in Jakarta on Wednesday. Both countries are looking into strengthening trade and investment cooperation ahead of the Indonesia-EU SEPA agreement in 2026. Wadipul reiterated Germany's commitment along with Japan in supporting Indonesia's implementation of the Just Energy Transition Program. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un's sister Kim Yo-jong lambasted South Korean President Lee Jae-myung for exhibiting a dual personality by professing a desire for peace while proceeding with joint military exercises with the United States. South Korea conducted a nationwide civil defense drill on Wednesday with air raid warnings issued across the country. People participated and took to civil defense shelters or underground facilities. Panama and the United States forces conducted joint military exercises on Tuesday in Colon as part of ongoing bilateral security cooperation efforts. A Japan-led global conference on African development kicked off in Yokohama on Wednesday. Several African leaders joined Japan's Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba in Yokohama for the start of the three-day Tokyo International Conference on African Development. The White House launched an official TikTok account on Tuesday, taking advantage of its more than 150 million US users to spread the messages of President Donald Trump. Australia's Foreign Minister Penny Wong met with Vietnamese Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs Bui Thanh Son on Wednesday in Hanoi. Australia pledged a $32.22 million aid package to support development in Mekong countries. Thailand's former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra will hear a verdict on a royal insult case on August 22nd, the first in a series of challenges against him and his daughter, Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra. A tragic bus accident was reported in Afghanistan's Herat province, killing 71, of which 17 are reported to be children. The bus was reportedly carrying deported migrants to Kabul and caught fire after colliding with a truck and a motorcycle. Air Canada flight attendants ended their strike on Tuesday after reaching a tentative deal with the carrier, which said it will work to restore full service for its 130,000 daily passengers. We're heading for a short break on Express News. We'll be back in just a bit. Stay tuned to DD India.
This week on Defence Dynamics, we decode Project Doordarshan Chakra and how it could reshape India's strategic air defence. We analyse India's toughest technological challenge, the building of own fighter jet engines. From silicon to steel, why indigenous microchips may decide the wars of tomorrow. And we will talk about the record-breaking feat, the longest surface-to-air missile kill in the aviation history during Operation Sindoor. This Wednesday at 8 p.m. only on DD India.
Take a front seat to witness the grandeur that is Odisha. Experience immortal spirituality and timeless architecture that perfectly reflects the artistic soul of India. Get swept by its sun-kissed beaches.
Welcome back. You're watching Express News on DD India. I'm Tanvi Taneja. Let's resume. News about the vagaries of nature now. As rain continues to lash, the India Meteorological Department has issued red alert for some parts of the western Indian state of Maharashtra. Mumbai also continues to reel under the impact of heavy rains, disrupting normal life. Amid heavy rains, IMD issued an orange alert for Mumbai and adjoining areas. In Mumbai, over 12 local train services on the Western Line are cancelled due to heavy waterlogging. Himachal Pradesh's Kullu district witnessed a cloudburst incident leading to flood-like situation for the second consecutive day. Public utilities have also suffered widespread damage in Himachal Pradesh. As per state emergency report, 359 roads remain blocked due to landslides and debris flows. The Met Department in Himachal Pradesh has cautioned against landslides, flash floods in vulnerable areas. People are also advised to avoid unnecessary travel. In Jammu and Kashmir's Kishtwar region, search operations continue for those missing after a cloudburst hit Chashoti village. All Anganwadi centres, schools and colleges in Karnataka's Dharwad are shut for the day amid continuous heavy rainfall over the past few days. In the US, Hurricane Erin weakened to Category 2 storm but is expected to intensify while moving over the western Atlantic. In Portugal, more than 1,500 ground personnel and 14 aerial units of firefighters continue to battle wildfires. French firefighters, along with firefighters from Spain's military emergency unit, continue to battle different wildfire blazes across regions. In Pakistan, torrential monsoon rains lashed the commercial capital Karachi, causing traffic gridlock and power outages. Torrential rain lashed northern Japan on Wednesday, prompting evacuation orders and advisories across multiple cities. Japan's Odat city recorded 244.5 millimeters of rainfall in the last 24 hours. Heavy rain also disrupted water supply to more than 70 households. Next news from the world of art, culture. Dash cam in Kumamoto, Japan captured a fireball streaking across the night sky. The bright object was also spotted in other parts of Kyushu and Shikoku. German company Volkswagen is refurbishing electric car batteries to support the country's energy transition. The batteries are used in systems that store electricity from solar and hydropower sources. In Bulgaria, hundreds of barefoot devotees gathered near Kidney Lake to celebrate the Universal White Brotherhood's spiritual New Year. A group of international researchers have developed a drone device that can quickly apply monitoring tags to whales while avoiding human interference. In Mexico's Jalisco, police, the National Guard and the Jalisco State Prosecutor's Office deployed members to a cemetery after the discovery of a suspected clandestine grave with human remains. China's Qinhuangdao Museum exhibits 138 cultural relics, including bronzeware, jade artifacts, pottery and gold objects. In Saudi Arabia's Abha, families flock to Cowboy Town as performers wearing cowboy hats and fringed jackets danced on a sandy stage. The Vietnam Railways waved off its first double-decker tourist train known as Five Gates train from the Hanoi station. In Brazil's Rio de Janeiro's Getulio Vargas Hospital, pediatricians swapped white coats for Disney princess costumes, bringing smiles and comfort to their patients. The India Railways on Wednesday announced to run 392 special trains during American horror hit film Good Boy, directed by Ben Lienberg, released its trailer on Tuesday, showcasing a dog's point of view. The film will hit theatres on October 3rd. Hollywood horror film The Conjuring Last Rites, the final film in the franchise, hits theatres on September 5th, 2025. American political thriller The Diplomat Season 3 will premiere on Netflix on October 16th. Demon Slayer Infinity Castle has broken anime pre-sale records in the US, with advanced ticketing sales close to $10 million before its release. The cast of Harry Potter series, releasing in 2027, has been announced. Fred, George, Percy and Ginny Weasley are part of the series. The first look of the much-awaited Kantara Chapter 1 is out. The film is a prequel to the super-hit film Kantara. Bollywood love story laced with action Tama teaser is out. The film stars Ayushmann Khurrana and Rashmika Mandanna. Bollywood actor Bobby Deol starrer Hariharhara Veera Mallu begins streaming on Prime Video from Wednesday, weeks after its theatrical release. Fourth Indian edition of world's largest music festival, Lollapalooza will be held in Mumbai on 24th and 25th of January 2026. On to sports news now. In soccer, Liverpool winger Mohamed Salah won the Professional Footballers Association Men's Player of the Year award on Tuesday. Salah, who joined Liverpool in 2017, was the Premier League's top scorer last season with 29 goals, along with 18 assists, playing a key role in the club winning the league title. Arsenal midfielder Mariona Caldente has been named the Professional Footballers Association's Women's Player of the Year. Al Nassr secured a spot in the 2025 Saudi Super Cup final by defeating Al Ittihad 2-1 in the semi-final held at Hong Kong on Tuesday. Kylian Mbappe struck from the penalty spot as Real Madrid beat dogged Osasuna 1-0 on Tuesday to make a winning start in La Liga under new coach Xabi Alonso. Alexander Isak accused Newcastle United of breaking promises and misleading supporters, and that confirming he wanted to leave the Premier League club. In tennis, world number 1 Jannik Sinner pulled out of the revamped mixed doubles event at the US Open 2025 on Tuesday. Carlos Alcaraz and Emma Raducanu suffered an opening round exit to top seeds Jack Draper and Jessica Pegula in the US Open's reimagined mixed doubles. Olympic gold medalist Venus Williams and Rayleigh Opelka bowed out of the US Open after losing their first round match against Andrei Rublev and Karolina Muchova. The 64th edition of Subrata Cup kicked off in New Delhi on Tuesday. A total of 106 teams across 3 categories, including 4 international sides, will vie for the honours. Defending champions Northeast United FC booked their place in the finals of the 134th Durand Cup, edging past a spirited Shillong Lajong FC in the semi-finals. Northeast United FC will face the winner of the second semi-final between Diamond Harbour and East Bengal in the final on Saturday. South Africa defeated Australia by a huge margin of 98 runs in the first ODI. South Africa take a 1-0 lead in the 3-match series. Keshav Maharaj completed 300 wickets in ODIs as he claimed his first 5-4, which helped South Africa register an emphatic win. And in chess, reigning world champion D. Gukesh rallied from his first round defeat to beat Uzbek Grandmaster Nodirbek Abdusattorov in the second round of the Scenic Field Cup 2025. And that's it in this edition of Express News. I'm Tanvi Taneja. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.